Zambian vote live right here on Diamond Media. Building up to the presidential result announcement. As you can see coming through from the National Election Result Center, we do have the Electoral Commission of Zambia Chairperson Mwangala Zaloumis alongside the Chief Electoral Officer and the commissioners ready to announce the second batch of the results. And this is what we'll be bringing to you live this afternoon on the Zambian Vote. My name is Mwangala Zaloumis.
And I'm Vida Mwale. It's 15:11 right now. The Electoral Commission of Zambia had announced that they'll do this starting at 14 hours. But now, as you could see with the picture that we have, that they are ready to start with the results, the second batch of the results. Yesterday, we got to hear the first batch, 4 constituencies announced on presidential level. What will that look like as of today, Chimweka? We have been looking into different parts of the country as we continue to see results rolling in and making their way to the National Toddling Center, that is at Mulungushi International Conference Center, where we have had our crew there. So the commissioners are ready for the next batch to be announced. So is the Chief Electoral Officer and the Chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
That's right, and we still see that from the first set of results that were announced. President Hakainde Hichilema in the lead, and trailing is Mr. Brian Mundubile of the National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity. After this particular announcement, the next set of results to be announced by the Electoral Commission of Zambia will find out who will be on top through the leaderboard and who will be trailing as well. For now, we cross back to the National Election Results Center as the results get to be announced.
PUP 7,411, 7,411. Hichilema Hakainde S, UPND 8,027, 8,027. Registered voters 30,300 30,334. Valid votes cast 15,937, 15,937. Rejected votes 613, 613. Total votes cast 16,550, 16,550, and the percentage turnout was 54.56%. 54.56%. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Commissioner Mukanda. The next set of results will be taken by Commissioner Mutiti. Please, would you?
Thank you, Chair. We are going to look at the next constituency, which is Copper Belt, in the Copper Belt province. The district is Mufulira, and the constituency is Kantanshin. So the province is Copper Belt, the district is Mufulira, and the constituency is Kantanshin. Siamunene, Richwell, NFP, 4. Pule, Daniel C, CDP, 4. Kunda, Howard, Zawapa, 7. Silumbe, Richard, LM, 8. Njovu Akim, A, DU, 10, 1, 0. Katuta Given, Independent, 12, 1, 2. Membe Fred, SP, 23, 23. Chancellor given M, MEE 2525. Mushimba Brian, OPP 3333. Walia Kelvin F, ZMP 6161. Kalavahari CF 6363. Hichile Mahakainde S, UPND 6,945. 6,945. Mundubile Brian M, NRPUP 12,547. 12,547. The total number of registered voters in Kantanshi constituency was 36,144. The valid votes cast were 19,742. The rejected votes were 304. The total votes cast were 20,046. The percentage turnout is 55.46%. Chairperson, I submit.
Thank you, Commissioner Mutiti. The next one, next set of results will be taken by Commissioner Chipenzi. Thank you. Please, will you go ahead?
Thank you, Chairperson. We move to Central Province, District Mumbwa, Constituency Mumbwa Central. Njov Akim A, DU 2. Mushimba Brian, OPP 3. Siamunene Ritual, NFP 3. Katuta Given, Independent 5. Pule Daniel C, CDP 6. Kunda Howard Zawapa 6. Chancellor Given M, MEE 10-1-0. Sirumbe Richard LM 10-1-0. Member Fred SP 12-1-2. Kalabahari CF 29-2-9. Walia Kelvin F ZMP 31-3-1. Munduvile Brian M NRPUP 1,923 1,923. Hichilema Hakainde S UPND 18,225 18,18,225. The total registered voters in Mumbwa Central 41,092 41,092. Valid votes cast 20,265 20,265. Rejected votes 390. Total votes 20,655. 20,655. Percentage turnout 50%.27. 5027%. I submit.
Thank you, Commissioner Chipenzi. Commissioner Sinkala, could you read out the next? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairperson. I will start with Luapula Province, District Mwansabombwe, Constituency Mwansabombwe. Siamunene Richwell, NFP 7. Njovu Akim A, DU 8. Kunda Howard, Zawapa 10, 1, 0. Silumbe Richard, LM 14, 1, 4. Katuta Given, Independent 18, 1, 8. Pule Daniel C, CDP 22, 2, 2. Mushimba Brian, OPP 24, 2, 4. Just leave it. Thank you.
Can we please finish first? Then we'll attend to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Chairperson. Chancellor Given M, MEE 28, 2, 8. Walia Kelvin F, ZMP 51, 5, 1. Kalaba Harry, CF 136, 136. Member Fred, SP 187, 187. Ichilema Akainde S, UPND 4,456, 4,456. Mundubire Brian M, NRPUP 11,812, 11,812. Registered voters 32,929, 32,929. Valid votes cast 16,773, 16,773. Rejected votes 626, 626. Total votes cast 17,399, 17,399. Percentage turnout 52.84%. Those are the results, Madam Chairperson, for Mwansabombwe constituency. I submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we can hear. Oh,
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson.
yes.
Madam Chairperson, we are worried. We are worried that stakeholders like ourselves have...
I can't see you. Where are you? Maybe you can come a little bit in front.
You can hear us.
You can hear us, ma'am.
Don't come there.
No, but I would like to see you.
No, you can hear us.
You can
will see me on the screen,
I would
ma'am.
like to see you as well.
No.
The screen is just in front of you, ma'am.
Yes. Continue.
Thank you. Madam Chairperson, we are worried that we have now been treated like second-class citizens in this process as stakeholders. We were supposed to meet up on the first floor to discuss or be given before we announce, so that we agree on those results. Or perhaps we look at as stakeholders before they announce. And for Chairperson, we have just walked in because we saw it on social media that you started announcing. We were left in that room. And no courtesy has been granted to us, Madam Chairperson, as to the results that are about to be announced. The gentleman that is handling information to be given to us in that room indicated that he's printing the results to be given to us. Unfortunately, Madam Chairperson, we request to inform you that we don't need to announce these results before we see what they are about to announce. Because an announcement of wrong results, Madam Chairperson, would bring unnecessary chaos. And already we have figures that are coming out on these social platforms which we don't want to speak to until they are brought to this auditorium. And we would like to be granted little respect with regards to these issues, Madam Chairperson. And this person just left us in there. We just learned about the fact that you are in here announcing the results, and we were left into that room. I think, Madam Chairperson, we are stakeholders in this process. We must, as stakeholders, be respected and accorded the respect that is required. There's a lot of, Madam Chairperson, with regards to the results that have been announced.
Okay,
a lot has happened in this country.
Thank you. I think I've heard the essence of that. CEO, can you please explain to the gentleman?
Thank you, Chairperson. While I may not necessarily comment on the details of the gentleman coordinating the sharing of the results with the stakeholders, that is the contesting representatives of the contesting presidential candidates, that will verify and get back to you. But what I wish to put on record is that the essence of that process is not necessarily that the stakeholders approve what the Commission announces. I think let's appreciate the genesis of these results. These results are coming from the constituencies where they have already been announced. And your agents in each of those constituencies have signed for these results. So the purpose of that engagement is to share with yourselves the results that the Commission will announce. In terms of the detail of what has happened before this announcement, we will deal with that, but I thought we could correct that picture. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate your...
Excuse me. Thank you very much. That's for information and clarity. I think has been given. It's for information purposes. Where you were, these, as the CEO has said, these results were verified from the wards to the constituency. Now they're here, and you do have copies of this for all those who stood. And if you had representatives in those wards and constituencies, which you should have had, that you are in possession of the results. So can we please continue? Commissioner General Mukanda, can you read the next one?
Madam Chairperson, the importance of that engagement...
Thank you. Excuse me. I haven't given
so as
you
to
a chance.
ensure
can we have an order
that we have correct information being read here.
Please do not disturb everybody. If you have an issue, you can come and see us later.
But why are we being shut down?
You are being shut down because you're speaking at the wrong time. That's what happened.
Madam, this is the right time.
No, it's
What if you announce wrong results?
It's the wrong time. Please, the others are all waiting to hear the results. Thank you very much.
Others are waiting to hear correct results, not wrong results.
These are not wrong results, they are correct results. Go and check with your agents. Thank you very much. Can you please continue?
We need to be given the respect we deserve.
Madam Chairperson, we are stakeholders and we demand that respect. Huh?
Can we have those individuals out of here?
Everyone
Because
here
we are not
is
here
a
to waste time.
stakeholder. Please.
We are raising an important issue. This is a democratic country.
Be orderly, please.
We should not be gagged.
We are raising important issues and you are
don't
not
touch
be
me.
shutting us.
Can we be respected, please?
I'm saying don't touch me.
We are interested to know. We don't want to receive fake figures.
Do not touch me.
In the first place, why did the commission agree to say we need to be in that room until they give us the results? Not to consult, Kanishna Chikamura.
Disrupt the process of election.
Okay, order. Order, please, order. Can we continue? Can we continue? Those who have come for results, please, let's continue. And those who have come to argue, maybe they can leave us out and go outside. Thank you. General, can you, please, we have too many of these. We have just started and we can't continue like this.
Thank you, Chairperson. I will now move to Luapula Province, Mwense District, Mambirima Constituency. Njovu Akim A, DU 5. Pule Daniel C, CDP 5. Kunda Howard Zawapa 6. Silumbe Richard LM 6. Siamnene Richwell NFP 7. Kalaba Harry CF 11 1. Mushimba Brian OPP 15 1. Katuta Given Independent 15 1. Chansa Given MEE 16 1. Membe Fred SP 33 3. Wadia Kelvin F ZMP 40 Hichilema Hakainde S UPND 4,309 4,309. Munduvile Brian M NRP UP 8,425 8,425. Registered voters in Mambirima constituency 26,447 26447. Valid votes cast 12,893 12,893. Rejected votes 460 460. Total votes cast 13,353 13,353, and the percentage turnout was 50 50.49%. 50.49%. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, General. The next set will be taken by Commissioner Mutete. Please proceed.
Thank you, Chairperson. We now turn to Lusaka Province, District Chongwe, Constituency Chongwe East. Pule Daniel, CDP 1. Siamunene Richwell, NFP 7. Silumbe Richard, NFP 9. Let me read this again. Silumbe Richard, LM 9. Kunda Howard Zawapa 13 1 3. Njovu Akim DU 13 1 3. Katuta Given Independent 15 1 5. Mushimba Brian OPP 19 1 9. Membe Fred SP 28 2 8. Chansa Given MEE 29 2 9. Kalavahari CF 63 6 3. Walia Kelvin ZMP 79 7 9. Munduvile Brian NRPUP 8,807 8,807. Hichile Mahakainde UPND 17,114 17,114. Registered voters in Chongwe East constituency were 55,100. Valid votes cast 26,197. Rejected votes 821. Total votes cast 27,018. Percentage turnout 49.03%. Chair, I submit.
Thank you. Commissioner Chipenzi, can you proceed?
Thank you, Chairperson.
In the next set of results. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. We move to Northwestern Province, District Kasempa, Constituency Mufwashi. Pule Daniel, C, CDP 0. Siamnene Richwell, NFP 3. Njovu Akim A, DU 3. Kunda Howard Zawapa 5. Mushimba Brian OPP 7. Sirumbe Richard LM 11 1 1. Chansa Given M MEE 13 1 3. Membe Fred SP 19 1 9. Karabahari CF 26 2 6. Walia Kelvin F ZMP 39 3 9. Katuta Given Independent 62 6 2. Munduvire Brian M NRPUP 564 564. Dema S UPND 10,512 10,512. The registered voters, the total registered voters in Mufashi is 20,000 662, 20,662. Valid votes cast, 11,264, 11,264. Rejected votes, 401, 401. Total votes cast, 11,665, 11,665. Percentage turnout, 56.46%. 56.46%. I submit, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sinkala, would you please proceed with the next set of results? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I will read out results for Malambo West constituency in the Mambwe district in Eastern Province of the Republic of Zambia. Siamnene Ritual, NFP 2. Pule Daniel C, CDP 4. Katuta Given, Independent 6. Njovu Akim A, DU 7. Kunda Howard Zawapa 10, 1-0. Silumbe Richard LM 10, 1-0. Mushimba Brian OPP 24, 2-4. Kalava Harry CF 26, 2-6. Chancer Given M MEE 28, 2-8. Membe Fred SP 32, 3-2. Walia Kelvin F ZMP 47, 4-7. Hichilema Akainde S UPND 5,724, 5,724. Mundubile Brian Aim NRPUP 8,088, 8,088. Registered voters 25,488, 25,488. Valid votes cast 14,008, 14,008. Rejected votes 400, 400. Total votes cast 14,408, 14,408. Percentage turnout 56.53%. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you, Commissioner Sinkala. The next set will be started again by General Mukanda. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. I will now move to Southern Province, Monze District, Monze East Constituency. Njovu Akim A, DU 0. Siamunene Richwell, NFP 1. Kunda Howard Zawapa 1. Daniel C, CDP, 2. Member Fred, SP, 4. Silumbe Richard, LM, 5. Chancer Given, MEE, 8. Wadia Kelvin F, ZMP, 10, 1-0. Katuta Given Independent, 15, 1-5. Kalaba Hari CF, 24, 2-4. Mushimba Brian OPP, 33, 3-3. Mundubele Brian M, NRP UP, 429, 429. Hichilema Hakainde S, UPND, 22,523, 22,523. Registered voters, 36,778. 36,778. Valid votes cast, 23,055. 23,055. Rejected votes, 380. 380. Total votes cast, 23,435. 23,435. And the percentage turnout was 63.72%. 63.72%. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. Thank you. Commissioner Mtiti, will you please proceed with the next set of results?
Thank you, Chairperson. Let's now turn to the Eastern Province, Chipangali District, Chipangali West Constituency. Pule Daniel, CDP, 6. Siamunene Richwell, NFP, 7. Kunda Howard, Zawapa, 7, 1-1. Silumbe Richard, LM, 13, 1-3. Njovu Akim, DU, 14, 1-4. Katuta Given, Independent, 15, 1-5. Mushimba Brian, OPP, 28, 2-8. Kalava Harry, CF, 30, 3-0. Chancer Given, MEE, 38, 3-8. Membe Fred, SP, 57, 5-7. Waria Kelvin, ZMP, 84, 8-4. Hichilema Hakainde, UPND, 3,353, 3,353. Mundubile Brian, NRPUP, 7,862, 7,862. Registered voters in Chipangali West constituency were 27,134. Valid votes cast, 11,518. Rejected votes, 379. Total votes cast, 11,897. Percentage turnout, 43.85%. Madam Chairperson, I submit.
Thank you. Commissioner Chipenzi, can you please continue with the next?
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. We go to Northern Province, District Mbala, Constituency Mbala Central. Pule Daniel C, CDP 2. Siamnene Ritual, NFP 2. Njovu Akim A, DU 3. Kunda Howard, Zawapa 4. Sirumbe Richard, LM 5. Chancellor Given, MEE 11, 1, 1. Simba Brian, OPP 1, 2, 12. Katuta Given, Independent 18, 1, 8. Walia Kelvin F, ZMP 45, 4, 5. Member Fred 63, 6, 3. Karabahari CF 154, 1, 5, 4. Hichirema S, UPND, sorry, may I read this again? Hichirema Hakainde S, UPND 6,629, 6,29. Mundubire Brian M, NRPUP 7,930, 7,930. The total registered voters in Mbala Central is 34,740, 34,740. Valid votes cast is 14,878, 14,878. Rejected votes 473, 473. Total vote cast 15,351, 15,351. Percentage turnout is 44.19%, 44.19%. Chairperson, Madam, I submit.
Thank you. Thank you. Commissioner Sinkala.
Thank you, Ma'am. Copperbelt Province, District Mufulira, Constituency Kankoyo. Pule Daniels C, CDP 2. Njovu Akim A, DU 3. Silumbe Richard, LM 6. Siamnene Ritual, NFP 6. Katuta Given, Independent 8. Kunda Howard, Zawapa 8. Chancellor Given, MEE 12, 1, 2. Member Fred, SP 16, 1, 6. Walia Kelvin F, ZMP 24, 2, 4. Kalabahari CF 25, sorry, I beg your pardon, 27, 2, 7. Mushimba Brian OPP 64 64. Hichilema Hakainde S, UPND 4,684, 4,684. Mundubile Brian M, NRPUP 9,332, 9,332. In terms of voters, 24,864, 24,864. Valid votes cast, 14,192, 14,192. Rejected votes, 301, 301. Total votes cast, 14,493, 14,493. Percentage turnout, 58.29%, 58.29%. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you, Commissioner Sinkara. Commissioner General Mkanda.
Thank you, Chairperson. I'll continue with Luapula Province, Chienge District, Kalungwishi Constituency. Njovu Akim A, DU 3. Pule Daniel C, CDP 4. Siamunene Richwell, NFP 5. Silumbe Richard of LM 8. Kunda Howard Zawapa 9. Mushimba Brian OPP 16. 1-6. Chancer Given M, MEE 18. 1-8. Membe Fred SP 34. 3-4. Katuta Given Independent 49. 4-9. Wadia Kelvin F ZMP 51. 5-1. Kalaba Hari CF 87. 8-7. Hichilema Hakainde S UPND 5,013. 5,0. Mundubire Brian M NRP UP 9,519. 9,519. Registered voters, Kalungwishi constituency 30,720. 30,720. Valid votes cast 14,816. 14,816. Rejected votes 436. 436. Total votes cast 15,252. 15,252. And the percentage turnout stood at 49.65%. 49.65%. Chairperson, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, General. And Commissioner Mtiti, will you please continue?
Thank you, Chairperson. We go again to the Central Province, District Chitambo, Constituency Chitambo. Pule Daniel, CDP 8. Kunda Howard, Zawapa 15, 1, 5. Siamunene Richwell, NFP 16, 1, 6. Njovu Akim, DU 20, 2, 0. Chansa Given, MEE 27, 2, 7. Mushimba Brian, OPP 30, 3, 0. Silumbe Rich LM 32, 3, 2. Kalaba Harry CF 49, 4, 9. Membe Fred SP 49, 4, 9. Katuta Given Independent 60, 6, 0. Walia Kelvin ZMP 100, 1, 0, 0. Hichile Makainde UPND 6,371, 6,371. Mundubile Brian NRPUP 8,390, 8,390. And now, the registered voters in Chitambo constituency were 34,200. Valid votes cast, 15,167. Rejected votes, 835. Total votes cast, 16,002. Percentage turnout, 46.79%. Madam Chairperson, I submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Mtete. Commissioner Chipenzi, will you please continue?
Thank you, Chairperson. We move to Eastern Province, District Mambwe, Constituency Malambo East. Siamnene Richwell, NFP 4. Pule Daniel C, CDP 5. Kunda Howard, Zawapa 6. Sirumbe Richard Sirumbe Richard LM 15, 1, 5. Njovu Akim DU 22, 2, 2. Mushimba Brian OPP 24, 2, 4. Chansa Given MEE 27, 2, 7. Karabahari CF 33, 3, 3. Katuta Given Independent 36, 3, 6. Member Fred SP 550, that's 5, 0. Wadia Kelvin F ZMP 82, 8, 2. Hichirema Hakainde S UPND 6,191, 6,191. Mundubire Brian M NRPUP 9,074, 9,074. The total registered voters in Malambo East are 29,127, 29,127. The valid votes cast is 15,569, 15,569. Rejected votes is 791,791. Total votes cast, 16,360. 16,360. Percentage turnout is 56.17. 56.17%. I submit, Chairperson.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sinkala, will you please continue?
Thank you so much, Chairperson. Chair, I will read out results for Konkola constituency, District Chilawombwe, Province Copperbelt. Pule Daniel C, CDP 3. Silumbe Richard, LM 4. Njovu Akim A, DU 4. Mushimba Brian, OPP 8. Siamnene Ritual, NFP 8. Katuta Given, Independent 9. Kunda Howard, Zawapa 9. Chansa Given M, MEE 10, 1, 0. Okay. Walia Kelvin F, ZMP 25, 2, 5. Kalava Harry CF 32, 3, 2. Membe Fred SP 32, 3, 2. Ichilema Akainde S UPND 7,458, 7,458. Munduvire Brian M NRPUP 9,983, 9,983. Registered voters 31,758. Valid votes cast 17,585. 17,585. Rejected votes 474. 474. Total votes cast 18,059. 18,059. Percentage turnout 56.86%. 56.86%. Madam Chairperson, I submit.
Thank you, Commissioner Sinkala. Commissioner General Mkanda, would you please continue?
Thank you, Chairperson. I have results from Northern Province, Mbala District, Saise constituency. Pule Daniel C, CDP 5. Njovu Akim A, DU 6. Siamnene Richwell, NFP 6. Katuta Given, Independent 10, 1, 0. Kunda Howard, Zawapa 12, 1, 2. Mushimba Brian, OPP 12, 1, 2. Silumbe Richard, LM 18, 1, 8. Chansa Given M, MEE 26, 2, 6. Kalaba Harry, CF, 57. Membe Fred, SP, 61. Wadia Kelvin F, ZMP, 70. Hichilema Hakainde S, UPND, votes obtained 4,921, 4,921. Munduvire Brian M, NRPUP, 5,793, 5,793. Registered voters, 30,462, 30,462. Valid votes cast, 10,997, 10,997. Rejected votes, 512, 512. Total votes cast, 11,509, 11,509, and the percentage turnout stood at 37.78%. 37.78%. Chairperson, thank you.
Thank you, General. Commissioner Mtiti.
Thank you again, Chairperson. We turn now to the Eastern Province, District Chadiza, Constituency Chadiza East. Pule Daniel, CDP 5. Howard Zawapa 15-1-5. Siamunene Richwell, NFP 16-1-6. Njovu Akim, DU 19-1-9. Silumbe Richard, LM 26-2-6. Mushimba Brian, OPP 31-3-1. Chansa Given, MEE 35-3-5. Katuta Given, Independent 35-3-5. Membe Fred, SP 44-4-4. Walia Kelvin, ZMP 118-118. Kalaba Harry, CF 139-139. Munduvile Brian, NRPUP 4,505, 4,505. Hichilema Hakainde, UPND 6,574, 6,574. The number of registered voters in Chadiza East constituency is 21,894. Valid votes cast 11,562. Rejected votes 628. Total votes cast 12,190. Percentage turnout 55.68%. Madam Chair, I thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Mtiti. Commissioner Chipenzi, will you please continue?
Thank you, Chairperson. We move to Southern Province, District Mazabuka, Constituency Magoe East. We have Njov Akim A, DU 0. Mushimba Brian, OPP 1. Siamunene Ritual, NFP 1. Pule Daniel C, CDP 1. Sirumbe Richard, LM 2. Membe Fred, SP 4. Chancellor Given M, MEE 11, 1, 1. Kunda Howard, Zawapa 12, 1, 2. Karabahari CF 1, 4, 14. Bwalia Kelvin F, ZMP 18, 1, 8. Katuta Given Independent 27, 2, 7. Munduvire Brian M, NRPUP 148, 148. Hichilema Hakainde S, UPND 19,738, 19,738. Registered voters in Magoe East, 23,942, 23,942. Valid votes cast, 19,977, 19,977. Rejected votes, 254, 254. Total votes cast, 20,231, 20,231. Percentage turnout, 84.50%. 84.50%. I submit, Chairperson.
Thank you, Commissioner Chipenzi. Commissioner Sinkala, would you please continue?
Thank you so much, Madam Chairperson. I will equally stay within Southern Province. District Kalomo, Constituency Kalomo South. And the results are as follows. Pule Daniel C, 0. Brian, OPP, 0. Kunda Howard, Zawapa, 4. Njovu Akim A, DU, 4. Siamnene Ritual, NFP, 5. Membe Fred, SP, 6. Katuta Given, Independent, 7. Silumbe Richard, LM, 8. Chancellor Given, M, MEE, 16, 1, 6. Kalabahari, CF, 25, 2, 5. Wali F, ZMP, 29, 2, 9. Mondubile Brian M, NRPUP, 83, 8, 3. Ichilema Hakainde S, UPND, 23,802, 23,802. Madam Chairperson, in terms of the registered voters, 26,919, 26,919. Valid votes cast, 23,989, 23,989. Rejected votes, 206, 206. Total votes cast, 24,195, 24,195. Percentage turnout, 89.88%. 89.88%. Madam Chairperson, I yield. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Singala. Commissioner Mutiti, will you present the next set?
Thank you again, Chairperson. We now move back to Luapula Province, Kawambwa District, Luongo Constituency. Pule Daniel, CDP. Siamunene Richwell, NFP 6. Katuta Given, Independent 10. Silumbe Richard, LM 13 1. Kunda Howard Zawapa 14 1 4. Mushimbayan OPP 18 1 8. Chansa Given MEE 24 2 4. Membe Fred SP 2 4 2. Walia Kelvin ZMP 70 7 0. Njovu Akim DU 88 8 8. Kalabahari CF 237 237. Hichilema Hakainde UPND 3,536 3,536. Munduvile Brian NRPUP 6,349 6,349. Total number of registered voters in Luongo constituency are 15,798. Valid votes cast 10,411. Rejected votes 412. Total votes cast 10,823. Percentage turnout 68.51%. Madam Chairperson, I submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Mutiti. Commissioner Chipenzi, can you
Thank you,
continue?
Chairperson. Thank you. We go to Eastern Province, District Nyimba, Constituency Nyimba North. Pule Daniel C, CDP 1. Kunda Howard Zawapa 9. Siamnene Richwell NFP 10 10. Sirumbe Richard LM 18 18. Njovu Akim A DU 21 21. Katuta Given Independent 22 22. Mushimba Brian OPP 35 35. Chancer Given MEE 42 42. Kalabahari CF 556 56. Member Fred, SP 5858. Walia Kelvin F, ZMP 134. 134. Hichilema Hagas UPND 2,885. 2,885. Mundubire Brian M, NRPUP 8,475. 8,475. Registered voters for Nyimba North is 26,070. 26,07. Sorry, Chairperson, I repeat this. 26070. 26,070. Valid votes cast 11,766. 11,766. Rejected votes 506. 506. Total votes cast 12,272. 12,272. Percentage turnout is 47.07%. 47.07%. Chairperson, I submit.
Thank you, Commissioner Chipenzi. Commissioner Sinkala, may you continue?
Chair, thank you so much. And I will have to take us back to Southern Province. District, Kalomo. Constituency, Dundumwezi. Pule, CDP, 0. Njovu Akim A, DU, 0. Mushimba Brian, OP, 2. Siamnene Ritual, NFP, 3. Silumbe Richard, LM, 9. Kunda Howard, Zawapa, 10, 1, 0. Katuta Given, Independent, 11, 1, 1. Member Fred, SP, 13, 1, 3. Chansa Given M, MEE, 22, 2, 2. Kalavahari, CF, 40, 4, 0. Walia Kelvin F, ZMP, 41, 4, 1. Mundubile Brian M, NRPUP, 46, 4, 6. Ichilema Hakainde S, UPND, 22,043, 22,043. Chair, registered voters were or are 33,059, 33,059. Valid votes cast 22,240, 22,240. Rejected votes 376, 376. Total votes cast 22,616, 22,616. Percentage turnout 68.41%, 68.41%. Chair, those are the results from Dundumwezi I yield and thank you.
Thank you very much. I shall now turn to the consolidated results for 27 constituencies out of the 226. And these are consolidated results since we've started yesterday up to today. And these are 27 out of the 226 constituencies. Pule Daniel C, CDP 101. Siamunene Richwell, NFP 150. Kunda Howard Zawapa 217. Njovu Akim A, DU 284. Silumbe Richard LM 296. Katuta Given Independent 500 votes. Mushimba Brian OPP 525. Chansa Given MEE 584. Membe Fred SP 989. Walia Kelvin F ZMP 1028 1,48. Kalava Hari CF 1623 1,623. Munduvile Brian M NRP 106,883 161,883. Hichilema Hakainde S UPND 243,509 243,509. Registered voters 761,548. 761,548. Valid votes cast in these constituencies 412,089. 412,089. Rejected votes 11,910. 11,90. Total votes cast 423,999. 423,999. Percentage turnout is 55.68%. 55.68%. That's the percentage turnout to 7 constituencies. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. And members, for now, I invite the Chief Electoral Officer if there are any announcements, information that we'll need.
Thank you, Patricia. As indicated in the morning, the Commission is scheduled to have 2 sets of announcements. So what has just been completed is the first. and wish to advise that the announcement for the second set of results for today will be at 21 hours this evening. Thank you.
I think I saw a hand. Is it a comment, Honorable, or clarification? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Sorry about that. I think it's 23 constituencies. Sorry. I know I read 27, but it should be 20.
Read 23, or today 23 have been read, so plus 4 yesterday is 27, so that is counted.
I think, sorry, I think some clarity. I think today we read 24, isn't it? 23 today, sorry. We read 23 today, and then yesterday was 4. So the cumulative is 27. So I was right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. With that said, may I request, Chairperson, that the members of the Commission may leave the auditorium, and we'll be able to come back later, as the CEO has indicated, at about 21 hours this evening.
Scenes coming through from the National Elections Results Center, which is at the Mulungushi International Conference Center right here in Lusaka, where we have heard from the Electoral Commission of Zambia, updating the nation on the presidential results from 23 constituencies today, in addition to the 4 that were announced yesterday, bringing the consolidated constituencies to 27. And remember that this is out of the 226 constituencies across Zambia. And what we definitely have seen is a number of stakeholders in the auditorium there, attentive to get the results. As Diamond Media, we continue giving you these verified results coming through from the Commission.
We continue to give you the verified results right here on the Zambian vote. We have been doing this since yesterday. The Electoral Commission of Zambia gave their first update, which they gave us 4 constituencies. Today, it's gone up to 27, with 23 being given so far. Yesterday, Chimweka, the Electoral Commission of Zambia had announced that they would give 2 updates on the results, one at 10 and the next, well, this morning actually, they said one would happen at midday and the next at 20 hours. So it's 13 hours and 20 hours for the results when they came on earlier in the morning, around mid-morning, to say that they would be giving an update on the results. So we just wait for the second announcement update that they'll be giving us with the results that we're seeing on presidential level. But it's been quite the interesting results that we have seen so far in the constituencies that have been announced on presidential level.
Yes, indeed. Presidential level, that's what we have been able to see. Remember, we also still have our reporters dotted across the country giving us more updates coming through from the polling stations. We are seeing a number of parliamentary candidates being declared as winners. And we also turn our focus to that right now, just recapping on what a day it has been regarding the announcement of the National Assembly and also local government, because we have also seen the results at local government level, councillors being declared as winners. Now, it's been focused on some certain constituencies. People have been quite interested to see what the results will be, and others still yet to be announced. And remember, as Diamond TV, we'll be verifying these results as they come through. One that is definitely confirmed from today, Vida, is Mwandi constituency in Western Province. I think what has also made this constituency quite interesting is the Republican president, Hakainde Hichilema, was there a few weeks ago, and he spoke about one of the candidates in Iris Kaingu, and she has emerged victorious. Let's take a look at the official declaration by the returning officer in Mwandi district.
Considering the results of constituency that have been given to Sefolo K. Siveso UPND 6110 6110, Kaingu Iris Independent 6595. I further declare that a total of 79 ballot papers have been rejected as invalid, and that a total of 12,784 votes were cast. I therefore declare that the said Kaingu K. Iris to be this day duly elected as this 15th day of August 2026.
Well, it was the race, the two candidates there who got obviously the attention of the many voters and members of the public, residents in Mwandi district, Siveso Sifula from Mwandi district, as well as Iris Kaingu. A lot we're looking at what the results would have been. And I think this is also the importance of having the verified information, because we saw a lot of speculations online before the official declaration of who could have won, others beginning to congratulate one candidate, others declaring another candidate has won. But it took the returning officer to make that official declaration, and we see Iris Kaingu victorious, a daughter of a former member of parliament, a daughter of a former cabinet minister, our father, Mr. Kaingu, having been Minister of Education under the Movement for Multi-Party Democracy. She has also joined the political space. It's not the first time that she has made her intentions known, and this time around, she's been successful. Indeed, 2021 didn't turn out so well for Iris Kaingu. She came on the second time, this time as an independent. Remember, before she defected from the Patriot Front to the United Party for National Development, but wasn't adopted, went on to be independent, a decision that wasn't received so well by the party, the UPND, where we heard from the president himself say he had made a call to her not to try and stand as an independent, but she was adamant to do it. And you see that she had been putting in the work. Here are the people of Mwandi who have selected her as their member of parliament. Was declared earlier, and unfortunately what we got to see after this announcement from the returning officer coming from Mwandi, we have a video up on our Facebook page, Diamond TV Online, was there were some people who were present at that toddling center who didn't accept these results. And there was a bit of commotion that came from the toddling center there. But thank goodness, police were present and they restored calm on that station. So we're glad that police presence has continued in most of these parts. And we did hear earlier on in the week, the police IG, Mr. Raphael Musamba, just assured the nation that there'll be enough deployed in all districts. And I guess this does confirm that they have enough manpower and were able to restore calm in this particular area. Now, I will continue to look into the different areas where announcements have been made. Mwandi has made quite the interesting picture so far, Chimweka, but so has Mwense. Yes. Before we actually get to Wednesday, and we'll also be getting to the consolidated results so far at presidential level and what we're seeing from the leaderboard. We'll get to that in a bit. But just on the point you've raised, Vida, regarding Mwandi constituency, I think what people have also seen from that, I think it speaks towards even just people's democratic right. First of all, for anyone who's aggrieved at the different levels of the elective positions, they are free to petition. They will have the opportunity to petition. We We saw this happen as well in 2021. Several people at National Assembly level got to petition these results. Some still retained their victory. Others were not quite successful. We saw the by-elections that got to happen in different candidates getting to be in that position. So obviously that's the importance also of sticking to the legal processes during a time like this. But also it speaks towards people's democratic rights. If they feel that they stand a chance of winning in a constituency, they can still stand. That's why some people also heavily criticized the political directive or the party directive or policy for those who wanted to contest as independents, who are coming through from the United Party for National Development or any other party really, to have withdrawn. Some were adamant about it, and Iris Kayungu, it came out in public domain that it was the case for her, and it's turned out to be successful in a case. And I think it also speaks towards how people get to vote, and sometimes people do not vote exactly on party lines, but based off the candidates of their choice. So I guess that gets to reveal that and expose that. And we've also seen through some of the results announced that in contrast, really, we've seen that some candidates that left a political party to be an independent candidate have also not been successful. And obviously we get into more of those results. For now, let's turn our attention to Mwense constituency, where we have seen former Minister, also of Education. We're talking about Iris Kayungu's father being Minister of Education at some point, but now former Minister of Education under the Patriotic Front government in David Mabumba has been elected as the Member of Parliament for Mwense, and this is what the result was from the returning officer as declared by him.
I, Chirwa Mishek, being the returning officer for Mwense constituency, Mwense district, do hereby declare that I have, in accordance with the law, ascertained the results of the poll in the said constituency, and that they have been given to Kawaso James, LM 63, Mwale C. Jonas, SP 183, Chiwe Dickens, CF 493, Kateka Victor, ZMP 824, Mlala Susan, UPND 5,262, Mabumba David, NRPUP 13,000.
Celebrations coming through from Mwense district, Mwense constituency, where we have seen Mr. David Mabumba being elected as Member of Parliament under the National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity under the Tonse Alliance. And we saw the jubilation coming through from there. We now engage a reporter who's coming through from that particular district. We have Desmond Msonda joining us to give us the reactions post that announcement and declaration. Desmond, good afternoon. What is the current situation after the announcement that Mr. Mabumba is the winner?
Thank you so much. Kuno kumwensu na baba abansansa sana because ba David Mabumba konkana efyo babomba ukubombera Mwense constituency. As you know, Mwense district yali kwata ama constituencies yabiri apwapa ba Mambilima and Mwense constituency. So bama bumba balando kwe bati bena bala konkanyapo ukubombera bekalachalo makamaka ukubika ama light nga fintwala ndokwe bati ama light kale batendeka okubika mumayanda ayashakwata amalata ekutira amayanda ayakwata ifyani ifyo babika kone ifyani. So after bali bachita announce mushikubwerero kuma 0145 palya celebration muno mumwense mwachibo ku celebrate na ngulwa ukuba insansa sana ukumona kutira ati bamabumba babwekera pona kabiri tiapo peka ino Mwense district inangula ntire Mwense constituency yali kwata ama wards ayali 11 out of all the wards ya 11 bamabumba konse na bafye okuba abapita ero kabiri bachikwata ensansa nokulando kwe bati bala konkanyapo kubombera abantu nokutasha bakasala pafyo babasala na kabiri okuwekerapo nga member of parliament kabi n'abatotera mukwayi kitetekero kintu babakwatira kubeena mwense pakuti na kabiri babasale okuwekerapo lero panuma kwali mairo okuyimika kwa ma election okupenda kuli ba ECZ balisa akwata abantu okuyima kipipya okuyisa Pacific Center n'okutira bushefinshi fire kitika kwala bako tumfurunganyo tumotumo lero bamabumba balisa ima n'okumono kwe bati bengalanda n'abantu okubalondolera okutira beni punch pakutira mukwayi finti fyonse tikonkanyepo okutira abantu bakwate mukwayi okulolela era mukwayi kwashoko tuba drayment tumotumo twakulolera kutira ngata announce but kumaka yakwalesa kyakisa bombe kafye bwino basita na announce bwino n'abantu bonse mumwense after kusta announce ilo buchelo by 7-8 hours bonse abantu nangwifyo ngofilifyonse tafitikepo ifilifyonse kuno kumwense
Desmond amadilema enthulela ndapwayo ayachipanga abantu ati babe worried bese naku sento koko bachitachitira count ninshi achilenga ati bachite delay okuchita announce
ichachilenga chakweba ati pakwamba kwa kupenda inomwense constituency yakwata 62 polling stations so out of 16 polling stations kwali bakubamo abapulima presiding officers bachira send ama ballot papers ngwale send ama ballot papers yonse okubika in one box yama ballot paper so nomba apokuleta kuli ba returning officer basaba bokuba ati ifimulelo ngatefile fyaba ya presidential afile mu box ya presidential ya parliamentary na ifile okuba mu parliamentary nomba pakwamba okusobolola tuma ama ballot papers umumu boxi ya presidential na ngumu boxi ya MP epachibako utumfurunganyo tumotumo twachisalenga kuno kumwensu kwabakofya kwati ngachishirirenga okutira abantu tuambe okulolela because tufwe twaishiba uwinne nani na tuishiba kale bamabumba wali tubombera era bamabumba ebo tuvotere so abantu wachisimya chipipya filafine kusa pano Pacific Center okutira bengeshiba finch fresh tika why tamubapere mukwayi ama results nango kutuweba ifresh tika mwense upitire ni nani pantu kwachiba ni 50-50 abantu bambi wachiratira kwati basuzeni mu malala n'abapita pa UPND bamira bati bamabumba inkala batimba nga former minister of education bafire fyo kupita na kabiri so ekimfurunganyo kyakibako nangwe kyaliko mu bushikubu amari pantu nabucha bushikubu lero pali kiberushi apo bakisachita announce
Desmond through from Mwense District, Mwense constituency, we've seen Mr. David Mabumba of the National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity emerging victorious. And I've just realized something. This is actually where we have Susan Mulala, if I'm not mistaken. This is the same constituency, a young aspiring member of parliament. And I know she also got the attention of so many Zambians, obviously because of her age and a young person getting to aspire for a parliamentary level within the constituency there. But unfortunately, her standing on the UPND ticket, I guess, gave some people optimism also that there's a possibility of her winning, but that has not been the case for her. But we continue to get more results, verified results from across the country, and we're here as Diamond Media to give you this information. Remember that these results are confirmed by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, verified by the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Now, soon we'll be heading back to the National Election Results Center, which is at the Mulungushi International Conference Center, and just getting a feel of what the situation is like there. We do remember that in the middle of the update coming through from the Commission, we saw what seemed to be some sort of disruption, and we saw that those from the Tonsa Alliance that were asked to leave or escorted by the police to leave the auditorium. And we'll get to see what the situation is with more reactions coming through from the different stakeholders who are present. We understand that the political stakeholders there, we also do have there's a civil society there, the political stakeholders, among others, the media, which includes our team as Diamond Media. And even before the Tonsa Alliance got to raise their query in the middle of the briefing, we did also see earlier on another member of the Tonse Alliance coming through from NAREP. I think should be the Secretary General, President of the party. I stand to be corrected there. Also coming through in his pajamas.
Actually.
He's the president.
Yes. NAREP president.
And I believe Secretary General of the Council of Presidents. But we saw what seemed to be another concern being raised towards the commission. But I guess it speaks into the emotions that seem to be there as people wait for the final results, or even just any set of results that get to be announced.
Indeed, emotion so far seems to be coming from political stakeholders. We see civil society, they've been speaking, but not getting as emotional as we're seeing political stakeholders get. Well, those scenes you can actually get updated on our Facebook page. We're live streaming. It's Diamond TV online on YouTube. Diamond TV Zambia, we've been live streaming there as well. We have a crew at the Mulungushi International Conference Center, which is the National Results Center. Andrew and Victoria Kaye are there. Let's move over that side and see what's happening.
Well, 27 out of 6 constituencies so far have been announced by full bench of the commissioners of the Electoral Commission of Zambia. We're coming to you live from the National Results Center, right here at the Mulungushi International Conference Center. Victoria, at least 23 of the constituencies have been announced today. Yesterday, 4, and a total of 7 so far have been announced.
Indeed, it has been a long await from yesterday's announcements, and up until today, it was a day full of anticipation of how the Commission is going to proceed on the results announcements. We've had 27 out of 236 constituencies, and as it stands, Andrew, we have seen that President Hakainde Hichilema is leading by 81,626, with Brian Mundubile having 161,883, and President Hakainde Hichilema 243,509 so far out of the constituencies that have been announced. It has been a day full of anticipation, like I mentioned earlier on, because the Commission started by coming to announce how the day was going to proceed, and it did announce that 2 announcements of results were going to be carried out. We've just had the first one, which was expected to start at 13 hours, but then it moved to around 14-15 hours. We will be having the next set of results at 21 hours as we move forward in this process.
Well, the Commission has announced that the next set of results are going to come in at exactly 21 hours, and quite a number of constituencies from both the strongholds of the NRPUP and the strongholds of the UPND have been announced. One of the constituencies that has been announced is Chadiza West constituency, where we are seeing that the 2 top contenders, Hakainde Hichilema and Brian Mundubile, there. Hakainde Hichilema 8,027 votes, and Brian Mundubile gets 7,411. What's interesting about Chadiza West constituency is the fact that this is considered to be a traditional stronghold of the Patriotic Front, been an uproot of the NRPUP, and in constituencies like this one, you would traditionally think that the opposition NRPUP would take lead, but I think we're seeing Hakainde Hichilema taking strong lead in the constituencies in the strongholds of the NRPUP, and the difference there is not more than 600, and I think has been one of the major talking points in terms of the margins which HH is leading in the strongholds of Mundubile, and the margins which Mundubile is being taken aback in the strongholds of President Hakainde Hichilema. And I think for many experts, they're stating the biggest determinant of how the outcome would look like is around the margins in both strongholds. The strongholds of the opposition and the strongholds of the ruling party.
Well, it appears the UPND has started penetrating the purported strongholds of the then Patriotic Front. But of course, people would argue, Andrew, with the activities, how they have been able to unfold in the last few months, knowing that NRPUP recently came on the scene, and they have been campaigning as NRPUP and not Patriotic Front. So then it could also be a reason why they are not getting as they would have expected initially if they had gone in as the Patriotic Front. But of course, we had on the Copper Belt, really also, which is considered to be a stronghold of the then Patriotic Front, and Kantanshi constituency, where Brian Mundubile got 12,547 followed by President Hakainde Hichilema, who got 6,945. Noted strongholds to have been for the Patriotic Front are seemingly somehow fair because this is how it has been in the past. But when we look at from the southern province, is extremely surprising, and because we know that it is the stronghold and the margins that are being are quite huge.
That's definitely so. And if I could pick an example of a constituency, for example, Kalomo South, in Kalomo of Southern Province, we are seeing that they are getting 23,802, while Brand getting 83, votes, in this part of Southern Province. What you are seeing is a trend also in terms of the voter turnout in the stronghold of the UPND. You realize that in the strongholds of the opposition up north in Northern Province, Luapula Province and Eastern Province, the voter turnout is between 46%, 52%, affecting, the Mundi strongholds of Hakainde Hichilema, the Southern Province. The voter turnout is between 10% to 8%. Is having him make it, and I think, like I mentioned earlier on, important in terms of it's the day at the counting the presidential results is the margins which these two, each other. The President Hakainde maintains the lead, in his traditions by going to see, that he will continue then, in the lead until probably with the rest of the remaining, if Mundibile tries to catch up, the catching up would depend on the voter turnout. Now the margins leave, but looking at the voter turnout in the Southern Province, it looks like turned out more. For example, the voter turnout was above 80. Wednesday, it was above 80, and much of to Hakainde Hichilema.
Indeed, similarly to Western Province, we constituency where Brand Mundubile only got 106, as well as Hakainde Hichilema, whose case lead the total registered voters of 20,662. The total votes valid that were experienced there was 11,264 and only rejected about 401. The total vote that was cast was 11,665 and they had a voter turnout of about 56%. 56.46% in that regard. And if you look at how Brand Mundubile performed and how he has been performing in other areas, you would definitely see that indeed President Hakainde Hichilema is performing way better in his strongholds. But when we look at Southern Province again, Eastern Province in Chipangali West constituency, we had Brand Mundubile getting 7,862 votes, whereas President Hichilema got 3,353. You see that in Eastern Province and how we would compare to Northwestern, Western Province and Southern Province, the margins are quite manageable. For lack of a better term, and here we had registered voters 27,134 and the valid votes that were cast here was 11,518. Rejected was 379 with a total of 897 people casting their vote, and the voter percentage was recorded at 43.85%. It is going to be a long await, Andrew, because we still have a lot more constituencies that have remained to be announced, and only about 27 out of 226 is quite a huge number, comparing to how they announced that the results would be given within a specific period of 72 hours. There was some concerns that were raised earlier on. Last evening, there was a suspension of counting and subsequent announcement of results, but later this was lifted and the counting and announcement resumed. But then people are asking and the stakeholders are worried, would this affect the period that was set by the Electoral Commission of Zambia to announce or declare the winner of these elections within the specified period of time that was announced?
Well, looking at the rate at which the Electoral Commission of Zambia is moving, yesterday they announced 4, and today the expectation was that it won't be much beyond the number of constituencies they announced. But I think they really beat our expectations. They announced 23 constituencies, and the expectation is that when they come back at 21, they'll announce more constituencies. And so if they continue at the rate, if they double the number tonight, I think there's a possibility that the time projection that they put up for themselves, the 17th of August, might be manageable by night of the 17th of August. That is, if they double the number, and tomorrow they have 3 phases in which they make the announcements, I think by Monday they must be concluding with the rest of the country. But quickly, we're going to look at other areas. We know for a fact that if you subtract 27 from 226, you are remaining with 199 constituencies. It just goes to show you, Victoria, that we've got a long way to go, before the final constituency is announced. But quickly, just getting to look at some of the constituencies that were announced. Among the 27 constituencies that have been announced so far by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, you go to Eastern Province in Malambo East, Mambwe to be specific, where you see Hakainde getting 6,191, whilst Brian Munduwile getting 9,074. In Konkola constituency of Chilawombo in the Copper Belt, we see Hakainde Hichilema getting 7,458, whilst his counterpart Brian Munduwile getting 9,983. I think the consistency on the Copper Belt and Eastern Province is that Brian Munduwile has been taking a lead. But I think if you look at the differences in terms of the margins that Hakainde Hichilema and Munduwile are being left by, there's not much of, well, there's a significant difference in terms of margins, but I think not as much as how Hakainde Hichilema is leaving Brian Munduwile when we go to the traditional strongholds of the United Party for National Development. Not much of the constituencies have been announced in Western Province, and I think this is another stronghold of Hakainde Hichilema, where I think the expectation, is that there's still going to be huge margins that Hichilema is going to be leading by when it comes to the total vote cast. Another province that I think hasn't, gotten to be announced very much is Lusaka Province. I think we've seen much more of Copperbelt Province, a bit of Southern Province, a bit of Eastern Province, and we did touch a bit of Western Province as well, Southern Province as well.
Indeed, and just there, Andrew, we have Dundumwezi, of where Brian Munduwile only got 46, and President Hakainde Hichilema had to gun up 22,043 votes.
A huge margin, a huge margin. And I think for most of the political analysts, what the expectation was that if Hakainde Hichilema gets majority of the votes in Southern Province, if also Brian Munduwile gets majority of the votes in Eastern Province, the two provinces will cancel each other, owing to the fact that these Southern Province and Eastern Province are among the highest provinces in terms of the number of registered voters. All these two provinces have got registered voters in over 1 million. And for most political analysts, their projection was that if Munduwile can get maximum votes in Eastern Province, HH gets maximum votes in Southern Province, the two provinces would cancel each other. But it doesn't look like the case at the moment, because HH is leading way much, in areas where he's strong in Southern Province. And whilst Brian Munduwile is leading, the voter turnout doesn't look to be good, not in his favor. Like I mentioned earlier on, the voter turnout is between 46.3% and 49.8%, which really then doesn't work, in his favor in terms of him cancelling the two provinces.
Well, and also, Andrew, maybe just to highlight the fact that Brian Munduwile and his party, Tonse Pamozi Alliance as a whole, did not campaign in Southern Province.
Of course.
And it looks as though the virtual rally that was held has not done so much to convince the people of Southern Province. Remember that there were security concerns that were raised in the quest for them to go and campaign in that area. They received some information that they couldn't go because violent activities were being planned against the presidential candidate and his running mate. But they went ahead and did a virtual rally, spoke to the people of Southern Province, and from the look of things, they didn't really do much to convince them to vote for them, because getting 46 out of all the voters that turned out to vote, and President Hichilema getting over 22,000, you know, that's a very big margin. Perhaps if they went in on the ground, they could have made a difference. Who knows?
Probably if they went, you know, on the ground in Southern Province, they would have garnered at least sufficient votes. And I think the votes that they're getting in Southern Province clearly shows how non-present the opposition is, you know, in Southern Province. But also another interesting province to look at is Central Province, Victoria, because I think there seems to be a share, you know, in terms of the votes that have been, you know, gotten in Central Province. Central Province is also partly a traditional stronghold of the UPND, but I think the numbers that are coming in are quite interesting. In Chitambo, for example, in Chitambo constituency, we're seeing Hakainde Hichilema get 6,371, while as Brian Mundubile, you know, managed to get 8,320, a difference of over 2,000 votes in favor, you know, of Brian Mundubile. And I think this is good, you know, for the NRPUP, owing to the fact that they needed to get substantial amounts of votes in the areas that are perceived to be the strongholds of the UPND. And I think so far he's doing quite well in Central Province. But also there's a part of Central Province, you know, where Brian Mundubile didn't do well in. This is Mumba constituency. It's a rural part of Central Province where Hakainde Hichilema got 18,225, while as Brian Mundubile only got 1,923 votes. There's a difference of 17,000. So if you look at the pattern quite closely, you realize that in the rural parts of these provinces, HH is leading. All right? Because even in Eastern Province, in the rural parts of Eastern Province, Hakainde Hichilema is leading. And I think what the explanation there could be, you know, was that for many, when the campaign period began, Victoria, people raised concerns that, yes, Brian Mundubile is going in the provincial centers and in the urban areas, and is spending much more time in those urban areas, but not touching the rural parts of those, you know, of those respective provinces. Probably this is the reason for why he hasn't done so well in the rural parts, you know, of most of his strongholds. For example, in Chadiza, where he was beaten, you know, by President Hakainde Hichilema, traditionally you would think that Brian Mundubile would lead in an area like Chadiza, but the vote has gone to Hakainde Hichilema.
Indeed, 27 constituencies out of 226 so far announced by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, and President Hakainde Hichilema is leading by 81,626. He has gotten a total of 243,509 votes, whereas Brian Mundubile of the NRPUP is leading in the second position with 161,883. The next update comes up exactly at 21 hours. Hopefully it will be 21 hours following by what we have had to go through with the Electoral Commission of Zambia. But do stay tuned to Diamond TV for these election results that have been verified by the Electoral Commission of Zambia. For now, we cross back to the studio.
Thank you so much, Andrew Mwansa, as well as Victoria Kayeye, who are at the National Elections Results Center, giving us the updates of what's coming through from there. And as mentioned, the next update is expected at 21 hours. If we'll be prompt, we'll still be here as Diamond Media to give you the latest updates as they happen. And remember, I'll also be speaking with more of our reporters to give the updates coming through from the polling stations with regards to the National Assembly and local government results. Now, during a time like this, it's very important that peace gets to prevail and be maintained. And we look at this from a governance perspective as Vida gets to speak with our guest, Reverend Solomon Mbulo. Vida.
Reverend is joining us in studio right now. Good afternoon, Reverend. It's been a long couple of days.
Yes, please, yes, and good afternoon, or say evening.
It's still afternoon, I believe.
I believe, okay.
Afternoon, yes.
And good afternoon, Zambia.
And Reverend, Reverend Mbulo, it's important now to speak more into peace and unity. Looking at what's happening, tempers seem to be flaring,
Yes.
even, especially with politicians. We've seen some of the sins that are coming from these different parts of the country as results keep coming in. But even at the National Results Center, people showing up in their pajamas, tempers flaring, people being thrown out of the National Results Center because they're just, not working in unison with the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And just a reiteration on that message, the importance of peace at this moment. Just give us more on it.
Yes, no, I want to say that it's very important to maintain peace that our forefathers fought for. And seeing what was happening today, it is very regrettable, because I believe that the results which are being announced there, they are the results which are being verified by various polling stations and also monitoring agencies. And finally, they are giving the public. But it's disappointing that maybe some politicians are very anxious. There are about 3 deceptions. The first deception is that when somebody has joined a particular religion, would think that a religion will be the best religion. For example, about Christianity, Muslim, and so on. They would think that maybe Muslims are the best, maybe religious than maybe Christians. And then the other deception is when somebody belongs to a political party, we think that maybe their party is the best. But later they will discover that it's not. Look at the results which are happening now. I didn't expect personally that it would go this way, that the votes will go this way. But the Zambians have spoken. People have spoken. So you can see that deception can be there.
It can, but also we look at different aspects to deception. Is that we live in a digital world, a world that is fixated on consuming information off social media. And sometimes tempers flare because social media has a different message from what the reality is. In a time like this, perhaps even just coming from members of the clergy such as yourself, what is the message that you're telling to Zambians on the importance to get the right information and also not to react before they hear the actual information that would come from the authority here, that is the Electoral Commission of Zambia? Well, Reverend, I'll allow you to answer that question. Just after we hear from what's happening in Kabushi, we are seeing results being announced out in Kabushi on the Copper Belt. Let's hear what is coming from there as we have our correspondent. What exactly is coming on? Well, we did actually hear from our correspondent who was updating us on the results that came from Kabushi. Let's just take a look at how that went.
Njovu A. Atkinson, DU Party 5. Njovu A. Akim, DU 5 votes. Silumbe Richard, LM 10. Silumbe Richard, LM 10. Chansa M. Given, MEE 21. Chansa M. Given, MEE 21. Kunda Howard Zawapa 22. Kunda Howard Zawapa 22. Chungu F. Xavier, LDP 22. Chungu F. Xavier, LDP 22. Mushimba Brand, Independent, Mushimba Brand, OPP 31. Mushimba Brand, OPP 31. Katuta Given, Independent 35. Katuta Given, Independent 35. Member Fred, SP, 41. Member Fred, SP, 41. Walia F. Kelvin, ZMP, 47. Walia F. Kelvin, ZMP, 47. Kalabahari, CF, 82. Kalabahari, CF, 82. Ichilema S. Hakainde, UPND, 10,739. Ichilema S. Hakainde, UPND, 10,739. Munduvile M. Brian, NRPUP, 25,668. Munduvile M. Brian, NRPUP, 25,668. I further declare that a total of 867 ballot papers have been rejected as invalid, and that a total of 37,592 votes were cast. This is for our hearing. I thank you. We go to the next and the last category of the announcements of the results. This is at National Assembly level. I, Chilara Wilfred, being the returning officer for Kabushi constituents, Ndora District, do hereby declare that I have, in accordance with the law, ascertained the results of the poll in the said constituents, and that they have been given to Ngulube William, SP, 71 votes. Ngulube William, SP, 71 votes. Muchinzi Robin, CF, 187. Muchinzi Robin, CF, 187. Kalasa Richard, ZMP, 214. Kalasa Richard, ZMP, 214. Changwe Edgar, Independent, 608. 608. Ngosa J. Boyd, Independent, 1,447. 1,447. Simangorwa M. Melvin, Independent, 2,817. 2,817. Mwanza Fabian, RP, 7,267. 7,267. Mpupuni S. Imelda, UPND. Mpupuni S. Imelda, UPND, 8,698. 8,698. Switchinga T. Tilas. Switchinga T. Tilas. NRPUP. 14,635. 14,635. I further declare that a total of 1,103 ballot papers have been rejected as invalid, and that a total of 37,047 votes were cast. I therefore declare that the said Switchinga T. Tilas to be this day duly elected as Member of Parliament for Kabushi constituency.
Those are live pictures from Kabushi, and we are just from seeing the live pictures from Kabushi there, getting an update from the returning officer, where the NRPUP have won on National Assembly level. That's the NRPUP who have just been announced now, as those were live pictures. Earlier on, they were also talking into presidential level. Obviously, we expect that this be tallied at the National Results Center. So those are the results that are coming from Kabushi as a constituency. I still have with me in studio here Reverend Mbulo as we continue speaking into peace and unity and its importance at this time in our electoral process. Now, Reverend Mbulo, before we crossed over to Kabushi there, I had been talking to you, asking on the importance of just waiting, being patient, and waiting to get the correct information. As members of the clergy, what's been your message to Zambians on exercising patience and waiting for the correct information?
Thank you, Vida. I think what you should see, what has come out clear is that patience is a virtue. As a nation, I want to appeal to each one of us, regardless of our party affiliation, that patience is a virtue. Remember that we have got a process in which we conduct our elections. I thank God that since independence up to now, the elections have been conducted in a very fair way. And Zambia being a peaceful country, even the handover has been done fairly well. So, but what I would do, ask the especially politicians, is that there's a lot of information that is going around, the media, social media, and so on. But we have the system in the country. Otherwise, we would just allow anybody else just to declare himself a winner and so on, which would be misleading. But we have a system and the process that is going on. You know, we voted peacefully, and now it's just time for us to wait peacefully again. So let us allow the process. Let us not listen to rumors or maybe social media results. Yes, you can get an ear to them, but wait for the official results like which are being announced now. And we've seen ourselves that what we heard, especially Dudumwezi, at first on the social media, we heard that Munduvire had 0.
Yes, people were creating their own numbers there.
Their own numbers. But now on the official results, we see that you had said, I don't know whether 83 or 100 or something from Dudumwezi.
Around 400.
Oh, around 400, yes. So what I'm trying to say is that, so we can see that the social media can be misleading. So I want to appeal to our fellow Zambians that as we are waiting for the final results, let us be calm, and let us be prayerful, and let us be patient, and let us be peaceful. I like the way I saw peace as I was driving to Chilanga to the studio here, found that it was business as usual. In town, people were just selling. In Chilanga, people were just happy doing whatever they were doing. And I was just surprised when I came here watching at the Total Center in Mubushi. That's when I saw a bit of confusion when one of the political observers or whatever was trying to ask, you know, we're living in a country which has got rule of law. It's very important that we follow what is...
And even on rule of law, earlier on you were saying we can't just let anybody wake up and declare themselves, which is something, declare themselves as winner, which is something which almost seen online, on the online space as well. What would be your message around just those lines where people are getting up and speaking very confidently on how okay, I am winner, I'm confident I'm receiving enough intel that things are going in my favor. What would be your message to those people on just, you know, remaining calm?
What I would say to such people, first of all, I would say that it shows immaturity. Because what we see is that there is a system that we are following as a nation. And I want to appeal to politicians. You know, when we make such statements, it means we are trying to arouse or engage our supporters to wake up and start maybe doing funny things, which is not good. And I want also to appeal to the security wings to be alert. And I don't know what the law says about such type of people, because to me, it's a danger to the society. You can't just wake up and declare yourself a winner. Remember that you are a president, you are maybe a leader of a political party, and you have got also followers who are following you. So the moment they will hear that you are talking the way you are talking, it means they will start now bringing chaos maybe in the country. Just like I heard yesterday, once such a thing was declared by some political leaders, some people started moving to take over Kulima bus station. They're saying that now they're in charge of the markets and so on. So I think to the politicians, I want to advise you that this is a very sensitive time. Let us be mature in the way we're doing things. You know, the fact that maybe you lose today, you win today, it doesn't mean that that's the end of your political career. You still have got some years to save the nation. So let us not speak alarming statements which would disturb the peace that we're enjoying so far.
Indeed. Reverend, before I let you go, just your last message to the Zambians as we're waiting for the final announcement of the president-elect.
My final word will be in 4 thoughts. I want to urge the courage that we're living in a very difficult time, or sensitive time. Let us continue praying and preaching peace on our pulpits, especially tomorrow. Let us spend time to pray for our nation, Zambia. And then the other appeal is to politicians. Let us promote peace above our partisan politics, because remember, there's only one Zambia. The elections will pass, but Zambia will remain. Let us protect our nation and our families and our communities. To the youths of this nation, I want to tell you that you have a future. Do not be used as a political tool. Remember, when you start promoting violence, you'll be locked up. And when you get locked up, some of you end up maybe in prisons. It means you jeopardize your future. So don't be used as a tool. My fellow citizen, I want to say, let us preserve the peace that we have enjoyed so far. Thank you.
Thank you for that message, Reverend Mbulo there. He advocates for Zambia as a Christian nation, speaking into peace and unity, its importance. right now. And Chimweka, this is a message that we have continued to hear from many people, speaking into peace and unity, that we have been a peaceful country. Elections come and elections go. In the words of Reverend Mbulo here, a reiteration of what others have had to say, other leaders have had to say also, that we have one Zambia. Even after these elections, Zambia will still remain.
Zambia still remains, and as we continue the Zambian vote, Diamond TV still remains your source of verified information. Indeed, very important that we maintain this peace as a country, even as we await more of the presidential results building up to the final announcement by the Electoral Commission of Zambia. We pray and hope that this peace prevails, and it's up to us as a country to make sure we maintain this. And this is also can be seen at the different districts and levels of these elections. And right now we turn our attention to Chongwe East, where we did see a declaration being made by the returning officer that the winner of this particular election at National Assembly level is an independent candidate in Anita Kamanga, who has who was in the same race as former Member of Parliament Sylvia Masebo. Let's find out if peace is still prevailing even within this constituency as we speak with Mutinta Hamusagwa. Mutinta, good afternoon. Now, we did see the announcement being made, the official declaration of Anita Kamanga as the winner of this constituency as Member of Parliament. What's the situation like right now over there?
Yes, so right now as we speak, it's quite peaceful in Chongwe here, and for the candidates that have won, it was a celebratory moment for them. So apart from the parliamentary results that we received earlier this morning, that is at 01 hours, there's also the results from Chongwe West area, the new constituency as well, where about 11 people were contesting for the parliamentary seats. And among them was the princess herself, Nkomesha Jorwe, and also apart from her was a UPND candidate and NRP-UP candidate. And apart from those results, the other results that were revealed to the people that were available were the results of the presidential race as well. So for the parliamentary results, the United Party for National Development has scooped for the seats for the parliamentary seats in Chongwe West, while here in Chongwe East, the seat was scooped by an independent candidate, Anita Kamanga. And also the results that were also revealed were the results of the mayoral seat, which was a race between two candidates. That was from the NRP-UP party and the United Party for National Development. And for this, the United Party for National Development candidate has won the seat.
We heard her complain on what she had experienced during campaigns, but very happy that the people of Chongwe West have voted her as Member of Parliament. That message she had was on how intimidating the space had been for her as an independent candidate, as a woman. I'd like to just hear from you again, as someone who was hearing her speak in that moment after she was declared winner.
All right. Seem to... Mutinta, are you able to hear us?
Heard Chongwe West winner for Member of Parliament, Anita. She had talked of how intimidating the space was for her when she was campaigning. I'd like to just go back to that message that she had to say, but her hopes and just appreciation to the people of Chongwe West for voting her for her as Member of Parliament. Let's just get back to that message that came from that candidate.
Well, for Anita Kamanga yesterday, she did highlight to say it was challenging for her to campaign in Chongwe East area as she was intimidated. Most of her songs were not played in public, and she also highlighted to say most of the people that supported her were women, and she has also stated that it was quite challenging, not just for her, but for her supporters as well, that were on the ground supporting her as well. And she has said they used to hide at some point just in order for them to campaign, and most of their campaigns, as highlighted, were that they were door-to-door campaigns. However, that was not something that we have seen in Chongwe West area. The candidate has highlighted to say they were campaigning in peace there, both for the mayoral and for the parliamentary seats as well. And also, apart from that, we did see a number of supporters from the United Party for National Development today clouding the Civic Center, which is the totaling center where the mayoral results were announced. As at 13 hours today, there were a lot of people that surrounded the Civic Center of Chongwe district.
Tinta, thank you for joining us. Tinta Hamsankwa there has been giving us an update on what's been happening out in Chongwe, Chongwe East, Chongwe West, and the results that are coming from there. Her speaking lastly on the Chongwe East Member of Parliament, newly elected Anita Kamanga, who had a message after she had just been announced as the winner for that seat, appreciating the people of Chongwe, appreciating the women of Chongwe that have gotten to vote for her. Now we continue as we keep on analyzing what's happening in different parts of the country at this stage of our electoral process, Chimweka, with results coming in. Let's just take a look at what Nimba looks like with results coming in here.
Well, what we get to see from this at presidential level, we see that the Zambia must prosper through Mr. Kelvin Fubebwalia getting 134 votes, which is 1.5% of the share, the total share. By the way, this is a place with, well, overall, we're looking at 8.7 million registered voters. And for this particular place here, we're looking at 26,070 people who had registered to vote, and 8,839 votes that were counted. So if you don't look at these numbers, this is the background to it. We look at Mr. Given Chansa, who got 0.0%. Same situation when we look at President Hakainde Hichilema, 0.0%. We see that Mr. Harry Kalaba, from this 0.6% of the share with 56 votes. We have Given Katuta, an independent candidate. From the numbers we have here, 22 votes, that's 0.2% of the votes. And we have Howard Kunda of the Zambia Wake Up Party getting to get part of the share there. And more of what we see from Nimba North, we see that Dr. Fred Membe got 58 votes. That's 0.7% of the vote there. Mr. Brian Mundwile getting the 8,475, 95.9% of the vote. For the Organized People's Party, we have Mr. Brian Mshimba, who got 35 votes, which is 0.4%. We have Akim Njovu from the Democratic Union with 21 votes. That's 0.2%. We have Apostle Daniel Pule from the Christian Democratic Party getting 1 vote at 0.0%. We have Richwell Siamunene with 10 votes at 0.1%. And we have Richard Silumbe of the Leadership Movement with 18 votes at 0.2%. So this is what we get from Nimba North. And we look at how this exactly has gotten to be reflected through the votes counted.
From Nimba North there, we move to Malambo East and see what the votes are looking like now as we are in this part of our electoral process, Chimweka.
All right, so Malambo East, interesting here, we've also going to see that at National Assembly level, it's gone to an independent candidate, and the UPND candidate being Mike Posha, previously from Munali constituency. At presidential level, we see that President Hakainde Hichilema got 6,191 votes. That's 39.8% of the share. But from the Zambia Must Prosper movement, we see Mr. Kelvin Bwalia, who got 82 votes. We see Given Chansa with 27 votes. We see the Citizens First candidate, Harry Kalaba, 33 votes. Given Katuta getting more than he did with 36 votes. Howard Kunda of the Zambia Wake Up Party getting 6 votes. And as we see more of the candidates, we see that Dr. Fred Membe had 50 votes from here. That's 0.3% of the share. We see that Mr. Brian Mundubide got 9,074 votes, which is 58.3% of the vote. Engineer Brian Mshimba got 24 votes. Akim Njovu got 22 votes. Apostle Daniel Pule with 5 votes. Mr. Richard Siamunene gets nothing here. And we have Dr. Richard Silumbe with 15 votes for Malambo East in Mambwe district. So that's what's come out from the votes there. We take it to the Copperbelt province as we get another update from the district.
From the districts, we have Respite Kaoma, who is joining us from Ndola Central to give us an update on how announcement of results is going there. Respite, good afternoon. What do you have for us coming from Ndola Central?
Respite, who's in Ndola District, Ndola Central, to be precise. Obviously, a lot of focus around how exactly the results will trickle in. We're already seeing some results that have been confirmed in some parts of the Copper Belt in areas such as Chirabomwe, for example. We've been able to get the latest and declarations being made from there. We're also seeing results coming through from Eastern Province as well. We've seen some candidates who have been duly elected. The likes of Vincent Mwale in Chipangali, he's been one of those. Obviously, we did talk about Malambo East, which is also part of the Eastern Province. We did see an independent candidate getting to be victorious there. Among other places, Chipata Central, interestingly, Vida within Eastern Province, we did see that the former mayor of Chipata, George Mwanza, getting to be elected as Member of Parliament for Chipata Central. And, well, this is how this went in Chipata Central itself, the declaration being made for Mr. George Mwanza.
Member of Parliament, declaration of the results of the 4 Member of Parliament. I, Ruben Wigan Sifugwe, being the returning officer of the Electoral Constituency, Pata District, hereby declare that in accordance with the law, ascertain the results of the 4 at the state constituency, and that they have been given to G. Ruth, NRPUP, 10,792. Mwanza George, 946. Of 365 ballot papers have been rejected as invalid, and that a total of 22,103 votes were cast. I therefore declare that the said Mwanza George
Well, that's what's coming through from Chipata District. Chipata Central there, the declaration of George Mwanza as a duly elected member of parliament for that constituency. He gets to succeed from former Minister of Agriculture, Reuben Tolo Piri. Obviously, a lot that was, expected from him in Chipata Central. He was not adopted to contest in this particular constituency. This was given to George Mwanza. George Mwanza, who did contest as a mayoral candidate, an independent mayoral candidate in 2021. I think a lot of people began to anticipate and predicted that he would have his parliamentary aspirations. This came to be. He officially joined the UPND, the United Party for National Development, and he has officially become victorious. And congratulations to him and the many others who have been confirmed as the winners. Remember, as Diamond Media, we're giving you the verified results as confirmed by the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
George Mwanza had fairly newly joined the United Party for National Development, but following his adoption there, he has won Chipata Central. While we continue with engaging more of our reporters, let's get a reconnection with Respite Kaoma, who is out in Ndola Central, just to understand what announcement of results is looking like in Ndola Central. Respite, good evening now. How is it going out in Ndola Central?
Okay, so right now I'm in Ndola Central, and here the returning officer, Mr. Frederick Musonda, has just announced the National Assembly results, and we have seen that Emmanuel Mlenga from the Resolute Party has carried the day with 11,000 votes, while the incumbent Frank Tayali from the United Party for National Development, UPND, has garnered 10,000 votes. That means Mr. Emmanuel Mlenga, who previously served between 2016 and 2012 somewhere, 2015 somewhere there, has retained his seat as a member of parliament for Ndola Central. And after the results, the confirmation of the results, we had an engagement with him where we interviewed him, and one of the questions that I was interested to ask was to find out what things he's going to do differently from what he did before when he was serving. And one thing that stood out for him was that he wants to utilize the Constituency Development Fund to ensure that the people of Ndola Central benefits from the Constituency Development Funds, not only having people benefiting from the funds while they're affiliated to the government. So he wants to prioritize, to put priority to the people that they benefit from these funds. Those are the things that is promising, and he has also assured those doing these projects in various constituencies. He's saying that he will prioritize the locals. That is his message. And he also thanked the people for giving him another chance to serve them as Ndola Central Member of Parliament.
Now, when we talk about Ndola Central, just from talking on the UPND candidate, Mr. Frank Tayali, who was previously a minister, when we talk about what his reaction has been, did you manage to speak to him on how he's taking this loss?
You may have to repeat your question, Vida.
Respite, my question is on Mr. Frank Tayali, who was previously a minister. Here he is, things have not gone so well for him this time. Have you gotten his reaction? What has he got to say now on how he's taking this loss?
Okay, one thing that I noticed was that when the results were being announced, we couldn't even know the time he left, but when the results were coming in, we were with him, including Mr. Emmanuel Mlenga was present as well. But the moment the returning officer started announcing the results, or rather to confirm the person who has carried the day, we noticed that the incumbent, the former UPND Member of Parliament for Ndola Central, left. So we couldn't have a chance to have an interaction with him because we didn't even notice the time he left the war where everything was being done.
All right. Now, Respite, my question for you is based off the build-up to this particular election. I understand Ndola Central has been quite unique in the sense that it's one of those constituencies where, for the opposition who have been seeking the vote of the people, we understand that through the Tonse Alliance, there are two anchor parties. There's a Resolute Party under the symbol of the bag, and there's been the National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity, going with the symbol of the lamp. I hope you're able to hear me, Respite. So my question for you, Respite, is how exactly did this go? Because I understand that for Ndola Central, the Tonse Alliance had the Resolute Party candidate, who you've confirmed is victorious, Emmanuel Mlenga, as well as the NRPUP candidate as well. So how was this going in terms of the campaigns, and how exactly has the other candidate been able to fare?
Okay, I think to answer your questions, you were saying something?
My question is just explain more on how exactly the reception was from the people, considering that the Tonse Alliance had two candidates in Ndola Central.
I can barely get your question. I don't know.
Respite, did you get my question?
Well, with him to have a technical challenge there with Respite, but we got what he had to say. Out in Ndola Central, we have seen that the RP has won, the Tonse Pamozi Alliance. And really interesting what you've brought out, Chimweka, that the Tonse Pamozi Alliance had two candidates, the NRPUP candidate and the RP candidate.
They've had two candidates in several constituencies across the country. And some people saw this as confusion from the alliance and was likely to divide the vote. But I mean, in constituencies such as Ndola Central, clearly this was not the case. It still went to the Tonse Alliance. But we get to see that this has happened in different constituencies. If you talk about Lusaka district, for example, you look at places like, Chawama, among others. And I think for so many people, that was the worry. Even those who were supporting the Tonse Alliance were worried that this may divide the opposition vote. But for Mr. Emmanuel Mlenga, interestingly, he's victorious. As he mentioned, he has served as Member of Parliament within the constituency. He's also served as Minister before. He was, I think quite notably, Minister of Youth and Sports under the Patriotic Front government. And, people get to look back at that. And we see that from 2021, the voters within the constituency, within Ndola Central, decided to give an opportunity to a new candidate, in that case, the United Party for National Development, who also won at presidential level. And maybe that could be telling of some of the patterns coming through from cosmopolitan areas such as Ndola Central, that, there seems to be people who could be going with what they feel could be a change, or voting for an opposition candidate, because this happened in 2021. And in 2026, they have voted for a candidate who's standing on an opposition ticket. But it's yet to be seen, obviously, what the final presidential result will be. Will it be that the opposition candidate will be in line with the presidential vote, or will they be an opposition leader serving in the National Assembly?
Well, those answers will be given really soon. The Electoral Commission of Zambia has been giving us updates. On presidential level, Chimweka, we have seen up to 27 now. What we've gotten constituencies, 27 out of 226. The Electoral Commission of Zambia has said at 21 hours, they'll give another update, and we'll get to understand how many more constituencies they'll be able to give us at that hour. Stay tuned to Diamond TV. The Zambian vote continues. We have been here just keeping you updated with how things are going from different parts of the country with our reporters. This is in partnership with the BBC Media Action, the Free Press Initiative, and Alliance for community action that we're able to give you and have presence all across the country. Well, my name is Vida Male.
My name is Mwangala Zaloumis. It's a minute past 6 p.m., 18 hours, and we continue giving you live updates of the Zambian vote. We have the next set of presenters coming through with more updates building up to the next presidential result to be announced. Stay tuned.
Pascal's showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that the wells can store many, many messages. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded your contact center yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.